Oh, hey gang. Gotta remember that with a 90-second stream delay, we're now live. Yeah, welcome to the stream. There better have been an announcement. Oh shit. Uh-oh. I forgot to change that. Emerson Esports. We are live. Just gonna edit this. Gang, we finally got the name right. Forgot to change the name. Wait. Alright. Hey, Omega Corgi. Welcome back, everyone. If you're seeing the draft page for Emerson Hexcores versus Clemson Orange, we're going to get that started in just a little bit. But, what's up, y'all? It's me, June. How's your day been? My apologies that we haven't been streaming our games in a while. It's been hard finding times where we have 6 people on the team, and essentially I always need to be available to be casting. And fortunately, sometimes I'm not available. And sometimes, actually, a lot of times recently, the other teams have been asking to reschedule from the scheduled Tuesday 7 p.m. game. And so when that happens, It gets crazy out there. But I hope you guys have been doing well. And yeah, I'm just gonna check in on the draft because I have no clue when that actually starts, but we'll see. If we get to look at the their I don't know why, but they're in an Aram. Wow. How's your day been? How have things been in the past month? Oh, 7. Damn, it jumped up 7 years. What's up, everybody? Yeah. If you are just joining the stream, we will be getting started in about 4 minutes, relatively speaking. Of course, 90-second stream delay is a little bit annoying, but so we make do with what we have to make do with. We should be getting into draft at 7 p.m. sharp, so hopefully, again, stream delay. But in the past month, I believe we streamed the first game of Emerson College this semester. In the past month, 2 months-ish, a little bit more than a month and a half, still yet to drop a single game. Emerson EC Hexcores. Today, we are facing Clemson Orange, another team in our Playfly Open Plus bracket that has yet to drop a single game. They've yet to drop a match as well. All 3 of their matches, I believe, they've won 2-0. Now, we don't know the exact inhibitors. We don't know their exact situation, but I can say that we still haven't dropped an inhibitor. We haven't dropped an inhibitor last year, and we still haven't. So, yeah. But how's your day been? How have you guys been doing in the past 2 months since we last streamed a League of Legends game? You know. Ooh, oopsies. OBS is crazy, but what I find even crazier is the Hex Digests. I feel like it's an unavoidable topic now, but yeah. Oh, still starting. Still waiting. But as we go into draft here, let's discuss some strategies that Emerson Hexcore might be taking a look at for this semester. We're getting involved in the... Never mind. This one is not working. Perhaps they've already started. No, it's the same thing. They're just waiting on the enemy team. But overall, since Aiden Skiz has been moved to main roster in place of me going to casting, we have been seeing a sort of change in dynamic. We are sort of playing around less of the aggressive hyperscaling like Kaisa, and which was sort of the thing that we played most last semester, but into a lot of Aiden's wider champ pool, which includes Jinx, a little bit of Caitlyn, Ashe. I know that he's also been practicing Kaisa. That is certainly something that can be pulled out today if need be, and generally sort of adapting to changes on the fly. This season, our star top laner of the last semester, Young, has not been as consistent. Generally, there have been games where he's struggled a little bit in early game, but has come back aggressively in mid and late game and sort of carried the team with that Aatrox damage. But sort of focusing jungling to sort of all across the map as opposed to mid and bot focus like it was last semester. Mookie, of course, consistently popping off, consistently not dying. I think what's interesting is also Reed, who is now our jungler. Rob has gone to LA and is now our coach, but Reed has been, sort of been I don't know how they do it. They're everywhere on the map, genuinely, especially as Skarner, which is now starting to get banned more and more. In the beginning of the semester, we were anticipating some potential Cassante bans just because Reed does play Cassante a lot on their own free time, which might lead some other teams to ban it, and it did. But now we are seeing much more Skarner bans, not only as Reed has been playing more and more in Playfly games, but also as The meta is the meta is the meta, and so that's what it's been like. Emerson jungler is really wow, what a complete shift from last time, Semo. Is this a psyop? This is a read psyop, but no, yeah, the Emerson jungler is really, really bad, guys. Read. Oh, I'm shaking my fist right now. You can't see it. Here, hold up. Read. No. But yeah, overall, we're still undefeated. We have had to face a few more hurdles just because we are up one division now, but that's the way it goes. And if we remain like this for the semester, I'm sure that the next semester in fall will, be facing even tougher challenges. But that's how the arc goes. That's how the anime arc goes. We are somehow still waiting on draft. I'm just gonna check in with Aiden on where we at. Where at with draft? Just gonna check real quick. Oop. Okay, looks like we got a 5-minute delay. Or as in about 5 minutes, we'll start the draft. But, yeah. So let's think about strategy. In fact, you know what? Why don't we go in for interviews? Hold on. Emerson's sort of composition now. Last semester, we were pretty content with our Kaisa, aggressive and engaged support, Atmos Karma, compositions, focusing around the Kaisa, and also, generally we had Mookie on Silas or another mage. If possible, Akali, but usually they banned Akali. And, Young as carry top laner, and Rob as Sejuani usually. But we were pretty content with that sort of consistent team comp, and they never really banned it. For what reason? Who knows? But what matters is that this semester we have been having to adapt a lot more, and I think that's for the better. We get more diversity in our sort of not only team composition, but sort of variety of things that we can adapt to. And we have had to adapt to a lot of different things over the past semester. I think generally what's weird is that the last semester we were focusing, we were in the gold and below division, I believe, or one of the gold and below divisions, and oftentimes the best player on their team was the ADC, who would be just miles above the rest of the team. For what reason? I don't know, but that's how it played out. This season, it's been a lot more variable. We've had Young struggling sometimes. We've had bottom lane struggling sometimes. We've had Mookie not being able to pop off sometimes, which is crazy. But, yeah. Just going to check real quick to make sure I have the right draft link. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Draft law should be starting in just a little bit. Oh, and we can see started. Emerson with the Yasuo ban right off the bat. Clemson responding with an Akali ban. Of course. You gotta take that away from Mookie. The one time he was allowed to play last season, carried us all. And of course, that game actually, we were struggling a considerable amount. In fact, bot lane, we were not doing so hot, but Mookie was able to sweep in and save everybody. A smolder ban from Emerson, okay. That's very interesting. It seems like they're targeting the ADC on Clemson and sort of taking away their ability to hyper carry. Smolder, of course, has, I believe, infinite stacking, but does have stacking, and so there's not really any other ADC that can sort of outscale Smolder. So if Emerson's playing a late game comp, Smolder is certainly an issue for them. Karma ban, straight ally, parry, classic Karma picker. A good ban out from Clemson, although not sure exactly what kind of comp they're trying to target. A Volibear ban from Emerson. This is a champion that historically Young has struggled against, so the Volibear getting that out of there is a great shout. Now let's see what Clemson's last ban is. Are they gonna pick it? Are they gonna ban the Ezreal? Oh my goodness. This is something that Skiz has been practicing a lot, has been playing a lot of, in fact, in Playfly. So, not surprised to see the Ezreal ban come out. Although, I'm not exactly sure if that's the pick that Emerson was looking to take away from Clemson. Emerson has a first pick here on blue side, and they lock in the Jinx. Classic, of course. Once you give Skiz the Jinx, the early game could be a little bit shaky, but once the ball gets rolling, and as long as the other two lanes don't fall, which they never do, Aiden will always be able to spring back up in that late game and demolish everybody with that insane damage. Caitlyn coming out from the side of Clemson, clearly looking to tame the Jinx in lane, although it's a very safe overall pick for late game. Skarner coming out from Clemson, taking that away from our star jungler Reed. Unfortunately, Reed has the Sejuani to respond. Perhaps. And they lock it in. Sejuani, staple champion of our jungler, now coach Rob. And we're looking for a great... Sejuani has great engage. Jinx has that amazing follow-up. Now let's see what Emerson is looking to lock down. They could be locking down a support, considering that we have the Caitlyn out of the way. Thresh being locked in by Perry. Thresh, I believe, is the champion that our support Perry has the most mastery points on, and yet we barely ever see him pulling it out in Playfly. Yone coming out from Clemson, are they going to lock it in? Because then that would be a great response to the Jinx and Thresh pick. Yone diving into the backline and being able to take out that Jinx. That is a crucial factor in the success of Clemson's comp here. So far, I don't believe either team are given a huge edge. Clemson does have a little bit more damage, although they need to be looking at some AP hitters soon. They want to be able to lock that in. Struggling a little bit with the ban here. Clemson's not sure what to do. Taking the silence away from Mookie. That is a good shot on their behalf. Many insane ultimates to be stolen. Yone, Skarner, even the Caitlyn to finish off a team fight. The Lulu ban coming out from Emerson. Lulu, Caitlyn, not necessarily a comp to be afraid of as Jinx and Thresh, but coming out with the Lulu ban, it makes sense. Lots of protection in lane, and sort of nullifies any poke that the Jinx may have given, which gives them a poke advantage in lane. Although late game, Jinx still pops off. Wukong ban coming out from Clemson. Wouldn't be surprised. The Wukong pick has been a very useful tool all across the world, but especially for Emerson's comps, where it's used as a flex, and that could have kept Clemson on their toes if they didn't know if it was for mid or for top. The Orianna ban from Emerson. Is it gonna go through? Orianna could be a factor in screwing up a good team fight for Emerson. It has been something we've struggled with before, and they lock it in. Now it's Clemson's turn to pick. Nautilus coming out. great match with the Caitlyn. Very similar lanes, long range and hook. The Leona? Perhaps. It is the Nautilus. That is a comp. These are both compositions with lots of CC. This is going to be a very interesting game to watch when it comes to mid and late game. Emerson with their mid and top left to pick. That's the Victor being hovered. And it's locked in. That is an insane source of damage. Even after the nerfs, Victor is still dominant in mid lane. Against the Yone? Oh my goodness. Very excited to see where Mookie can go with this. Now it's Young's turn to lock in the Darius. I mean, of course. Of course. If the Darius is open, why not? Now, Clemson, looking for a response to the Darius. They're going to take the Kennen for the AP damage. That is not a bad comeback with the AP pick there. And that's not a bad matchup into the Darius. Now, it looks like we're ready to go into the game. Or the standing team is ready to go into the game. And they're going to be picking in the game soon. Some technical difficulties, perhaps? Anyways, it looks like Clemson has... Oh, they're very evenly matched in damage. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. But it does look like Clemson has just a tiny bit more crowd control than Emerson, which can prove to be problematic for the Darius and for the Jinx especially. Now, what is going on here? Where is the sound coming out from?
What did I do?
Interesting.
We must all make our choices.
Let me just check the stats.
Weakling.
Hey, you're lost. I get it.
Interesting. We're gonna go ahead and fix a little technical difficulty with the audio here, but as soon as we get that fixed, we'll be right back. Stay tuned. We'll have it fixed before the game starts. But yeah.
You can't cage me for long.
I recommend skipping.
Who questions my ability?
The dog is angry.
Now we should be ready in about 2 minutes. It's a little complicated when there's two different microphones and two different headphones on the same desk. But yeah. Kennen, Skarner, Yone, Kalen, Nautilus against Darius, Sejuani, Victor, Jinx, and Thresh. This could go either way. I see early mid game perhaps swinging a little bit more towards the side of Clemson Orange, but the CC from Sejuani and Thresh has never really, that combo has never really failed us in a team fight. So we'll see. We'll see. Once again, we've been pretty adamant about this, but we're not going to drop an inhibitor this game. Just because they're undefeated doesn't mean that we're going to drop an inhibitor. But yeah. Alright, spectator delay should get us into the game in about 2 minutes and 40 seconds. About 3 minutes of spectator delay. But in the meantime, how are y'all doing? Share your thoughts about Emerson, our Emerson League team in the chat, or about your day. I'm not gonna lie, I came here right from the wrap of a film shoot I directed, and now I'm eating my dinner while I'm casting. So, what's up? Alright. As we have a few more join the stream, we are going to be getting to the game in about 1 minute 30 seconds from here. 90 seconds from here. What has been most exciting to watch this season for me is the progression of Aiden as our ADC, sort of expanding the champ pool, expanding the champ pool and expanding capabilities with all sorts of different techniques, and, you know, getting coaching from our star coach, technically not our coach, Jenin or Faisal, who is Rob's friend and has been helping us so much throughout the process, but specifically with the ADC role. Helped me last semester a lot, and yeah, it's just been so incredible to watch the progression of both Aiden as a player and also as a team player, and also our team. I think, you know, our team, of course, experienced some shakeups this semester because we had two positions swapped out. You know, Rob going to LA as coach, and me going to the Walker building on Emerson campus as a caster. And so, and we're loading into the game now, and so it's just been the most wonderful progression to see. And unfortunately, I'm so sorry that we haven't been able to stream it. Really, just is the fact that I wasn't available. But we are loading into the game now, and let's see. What's going on here? There we go. Now we can see. Emerson College heading out from the jump.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Doing classic 5-point strategy, but not being able to see much. Same thing with Clemson Orange, although they seem to be shifted quite down, using a ward instead up here and placing 5 points down here, so that their ADC can head into the bush. And Emerson does not have vision of this, although I'm sure that they will play safe in accordance with that. Still so far gathered in a line, not much to see here. Same for Clemson. We have Victor and Sejuani pushing in, but Kennen, powered by Ramen, reveals himself. with a shuriken. Darius gonna be spotted out in the ward. Kennen pushing in. Darius realizes he's been taken and gets hit. Unfortunate. Two great skill shots from Kennen so far. Sejuani looking to take the red. Both teams have shown so far in just the first minute and a half have shown incredible patience and incredible discipline. The only issue is Emerson did take the poke. I'm excited to see here. Mookie is not going to let Yone just walk up and take some CS. There will be blood traded. Thatch taking some poke onto Skiz. Darius and Kennen going at it. Going at some poke here. Skarner taking camps. Yone is having to back up because Mookie keeps poking him. Leo the cow. An unfortunate position. Hold up. How do I go there? It's like Nautilus is going to get himself hooked. Caitlyn trying to do something here is able to get a little bit of poke onto Skiz, but ultimately it's not going to happen. That engage was largely successful on the behalf of Emerson Esports. Yone readies his Q. I was gonna say the ability, but then I forgot it. This will level up on 3. Mookie taking the opportunity to poke a little bit. Engage happening in the mid lane. Mookie landing so much damage onto Yone, but that not demonic embrace. That E is gonna leave some damage. Now Sejuani and Skarner are both in similar positions on the map, looking to take the top lane, most likely. Kennen gonna go for a kill on Young, who is not able to heal up with a sweet spot on his Q and is just going to die. To Kennen, who's able to secure the first blood. Powered by Ramen, takes 400 gold for Clemson Orange. Wow. It's just the life of being a ranged top laner, huh? Directed camera, thank you very much. Wow. Kennen still staying under tower to take the minions and building up a mega wave under tower. Wow. Skarner spotted out on both the last one and the ward. Mookie staying mid with some poke. Oh! It looks like nothing came of that, and looks like Skarner was able to secure the scuttle. Nautilus, whoa. Whoa, that's not sportsmanship. Is that allowed? Hey, whoa, is that allowed? Someone check that. Oh, Skarner taking a huge engage onto Sejuani with the Yone able there to follow up, but is hesitating on whether or not to do anything because Mookie is there to cut them off. And overall, it's just going to be a little bit of damage landed on the Sejuani with nothing much besides tempo traded off. Young and Kennen facing it out in the top lane again. Leo, the cow, sort of hesitating on how to play this mid lane out when every single time he walks up, he takes so much damage just like that, and the shield from his W will not be able to save him from that poke. Okay. Skarner is able to pin Perry down to the wall. Caitlyn there to follow up. And with the flash over the wall, it looks like Perry will be able to save himself unless Nautilus is able to land the hook, and that's 2 kills over to Clemson Orange. Powered by Ramen taking some more poke onto Young. Leo the Cow walking up for a very daring engage. Flashes away. Saving himself for now. Things are not looking good on the side of Emerson. That is already a 1k gold difference in 5 minutes. Young lands a W, lands a Q, sweet spot, Abe's able to heal up some bit. That's some poke traded back for Kennen, who is still bleeding out. Small victories, small victories. Poke under tower. Crazy. Oh, sorry. Hey gang, there's some action that I missed. My bad. Harry going for the poke onto Skarner, who's able to swept away. Yone with the EQ, but E is into a wall and is not able to engage. At a standstill so far. Caitlyn without her Nautilus is a little bit exposed. Leo going for another engage once again. Guys, right past the E. It does get stunned by the Victor gravity field and is forced to back off. Some poke landed onto Victor, but he's just gonna poke all of that right back to tip the scales back in Mookie's favor. Ooh, Caitlyn landed by the hook and is able to cleanse and flash. Hector walks back into the. I'm just gonna refer to them by their player names. LR lands a stun onto Mookie, who is able to hit by the Yone ult. And that's a kill onto EC Mookie. That's actually going to be the first death of mid lane over to Yone, or the first kill of mid lane over to Yone. After 7 minutes of poke, all you needed was a little jungler assistance. And now let's see what the dynamic of mid lane is. Hector tries to hook, but it goes wide, and the hook lands right back on Hector. Straight Ally does not dive back in. But Caitlyn sort of setting up traps all around. What's the thatch? Hector lands a hook on the EC Straight Ally, and he goes down. Thatch is taking a lot of damage and is able to be taken out by Skizpatic, who is just blasting them with his miniguns. Not letting Hector escape. Lands a W. Lands another Q. And flashes for the finisher. Young slows the cannon with a W while facing the opposite direction. Those are the mechanics that Emerson College, I mean, we love that. I'm not going to say expects. We don't expect that. We just love it. Leo, once again in mid lane, still taking that poke, but is a little bit more daring this time. Mookie forced to back off. Hold up. Mookie forced to back off even though he's landed so much poke, just because Yone has the damage to fight back now once he gets into melee range. Thatch and Hector under tower still as Aiden is waking his way back towards lane. Yone going in for a dive. Gravity field dropped on and is able to stop. Oh, short trade coming out from Yone over there. But we have Perry able to coming back to follow up, and that engage is going to largely be banned, and for good reason. It looks like from Emerson College's perspective, they do not have vision of the Skarner. But Skarner will be setting up for finally the bot. Perry caught out while he's walking back towards bottom, is hit by so much crowd control, and 3 ults coming through to kill our support. Well. 2-6 for Emerson Esports. That's more than 2k gold difference. Mookie unable to secure too many advantages in lane at this point because of the damage cut from Yone. The damage is coming out. Unable to secure it though. 3 before having to dive bot for 3. Oh, what is that? Hello. Please, thank you. Thresh positioning a little bit high up, trying to secure some form of poke. Mookie gonna serve as our bot laner here while Aiden goes to mid, clearing some of the wards out from Clemson's side to try and deny the vision. It looks like vision-wise, both teams are sort of evenly matched, but of course, early game is nothing but a fight about vision. If both teams are playing perfectly, that is the make or break difference, and many of the kills from Clemson have been because of their roaming jungler. Always everywhere on the map. And meanwhile, Reed just does not have the same sort of map presence that LR has. The first dragon's going to spawn. Leo the cow pushing Aiden out of mid lane. It looks like this is a long-term lane switch as we go to dragon here. Right, now Reed is going to start up the dragon with Perry and Mookie backing up. Caitlyn and Nautilus are both pushing down bottom lane though. Giz and Leo the Cow are sort of locked in a battle for mid as Leo the Cow goes for a dive in, is able to land a W and gets rooted by the Jinx Fire Chompers, but does not have much to answer with. Oh my goodness, and the stun coming out from Skid Classic ult, stun coming out from Thresh, although Leo the Cow has a flash over, and the ult goes wide! Oh, unfortunate aim. And the hook is unable to hit, powered by Ramen, whose Kennen has been keeping Young at bay for the entire game. Hextech Roundabout just for some poke, styling on them. Oh my goodness. LR coming in for a gank on top. Is able to kill the ward. Autoing it though, so now Young has vision of the Skarner. That's going to be a precarious situation for Emerson College up top. It looks like all members are going to walk away from that fight. Now, the Grubs should be spawning in about 3 minutes. 3 Grubs. Oh, sorry, Red Child should be spawning in about 3 minutes. 3 Grubs each over to the side of Clemson and Emerson. Harry goes for a hook onto the Nalez. It hits. Not going to dive back in though, as Flame Chompers keep them at bay. Oh, Jinx gets rooted herself. And the poke is coming out. A second hook, but Cleanse and Flash coming out from What the Fetch as Yone is there to provide backup. But ultimately not going to be needed as Emerson College backs away. Mookie pushing up mid, although Elark is there to fight. He is looking for a brawl. As he dives in with the Eastall impact. Does not able to land it on. Is not able to hit into a wall, and the ult goes wide. Reed coming in for this backup, and for the CC. Is able to stun Elark. Leo the Cow diving back in. Lands a few abilities, but is unable to do much of substance. Reed having to back up. Mookie still able to stay on mid. But that exchange was not for nothing. We have a sort of freeze happening mid, although Mookie is going to push that up to keep the Yone at bay. Looks like Skarner is backed already, but Reed has decided to stay and take all of the bot side camps. Top lane now has the Otacon barriers. Otacon is ready to spawn. With playing under tower so much, Young having taken so much poke, that top lane tower is going to be the first to fall. Powered by Ramen. Dominating performance in top. Young hiding in a bush and trying to take whatever minions he can, although Kennon's waiting on the other side of the wall, flashing into a slicing Maelstrom, and that is just going to be able to burst EC the Young down. Oh my goodness. A full health cannon is always going to do what a full health cannon does. Can we pull out the stat sheet? My bad. 1 and 3 for Young. Early game not looking so great, although we know that Young is able to come back in the late game on both Darius and Aatrox. Reed and Mookie setting up an engage here. That same thing in the bottom lane. What the Fetch does not have the benefit of Cleanse or Flash to help her get out of this situation. Back into a Flame Chopper as she's taken down by Reed. Oh, Reed and Mookie are able to force the Skarner to flash over the wall. Another hook onto the Nalez. Xdore trying to slowly back away, but he just does not have the speed, and that rocket is going to land straight into his head. Mookie getting collapsed on in mid by both Kennen and Yone, but is able to survive as he is able to shut down, powered by Ramen. The damage, it's all coming back. 5 and 1 for Aiden on Jinx. That is going to be Emerson College's win condition as the kill score is now evened out. Leo the Cow taking some CC from Reed. Slowly building up stacks. The Lantern thrown out is able to get stunned and before Reed backs off. Leo the Cow going back in for another knockup. Does some damage. Doing so much damage onto Reed before backing up and not able to execute. This game is beginning to even out as we're back to just over a 2k gold advantage to the side of Clemson. Very similar names. Mookie taking bot lane. What the fetch still staying on, but that is a 2-level difference along with a sizable item difference? Not really. Along with it, an item difference. But immediately collapsed on him in river. I wasn't looking. Really? 4-man collapse. As Clemson are now looking for the Rift Herald. 3 breaks over to the side of Emerson. Clemson's looking to trade Rift Herald and perhaps top tower, although Young is going to come back up. Even though he may die to Cannon when engaged, he still can't push back the wave. Wow, Leo the Cow taken mid, and that last auto attack is going to be able to land on Leo, locking down the kill. That's 7 over to Aiden. Harry and Aiden walking everywhere together. LR going through the wall. Each stall impact not going to connect as he decides to turn away. Emerson College playing a slow game as they sort of walk throughout the map. CS is sort of superfluous. Anyone can take whatever they're closest to. Harry standing still, baiting out a Q. Well, well, well. Mid lane sort of at a standstill as the wave comes in. Aiden coming back. Harry looking for a hook onto a minion. He's gonna take some poke from Thatch. What the Thatch on Caitlyn. Mookie is gonna have to prepare to get dived on by the members of Clemson as the Rift Herald looks to take the tower. Oh my goodness, is suppressed by twice by Skarner as Leo the Cow lays into him. And that's going to be a second death from Mookie. Each impact is going to connect on Reed, diving in to try and prevent Rift Herald from taking more of the tower. Leo the Cow pushing in, but is going to back off from that tower. That's a scary situation for a lone Yone. Again, looking for some more poke whenever he can. Sort of using the E on cooldown. Abilities. About a standstill once again. 9 kills to each. Mookie landing nearly half of his health as poke. Voracious Atacon spawning. That means Emerson and Clemson are going to have to look top lane. Forces gathering in here in mid. Zap gonna go wide as Nautilus looks able to come out. Depth charge coming in to skip back, although he's able to escape the slicing Maelstrom. Each stall impact driving Thresh away, although he's able to flash out. The hook lands onto Skarner. Thresh is gonna be saved. The pressure coming out to Young, who's able to land the cure with the execution. Landing another. He's able to flash in and secure crucial damage on the cannon as he lands another kill onto Caitlyn. What a comeback for Young. What a comeback for Emerson as they look to take the mid tower. So many members left low, but they were able to play that team fight perfectly, dealing so much damage. Clemson couldn't even react in time as they look to begin taking the Atacon. Respawn timers coming up soon. Young now is 3-3-1 with a sizable bounty. The members of Clemson are coming out from their base. We have Vision, Nautilus, and Spawner on mid. Although this Otacon is just going to go down under Clemson's nose. Although if I'm being honest, they probably knew what was happening. Emerson looking to reset, go to base. Gorgeous, gorgeous team fighting. Voracious Otacon is going to give them a lot of fighting chances. Leo kind of taking a control word as he leaves mid. Caitlyn looking to take the mid tower. Is she going to make it? Yes, she will. Young not getting it there in time, and neither is the minion wave. Clemson is looking to begin taking the dragon. Take the dragon. Leo the Cow using his E already. Reed diving in from the bottom side, although there's no one else there to support him. Sort of just taking damage from this corner, looking to look for a good angle as the rest of Emerson comes in from top. Flashes up. 2-man suppression from LR. Emerson sort of caught in the middle of this. Not sure who to target, although Hexcores is going to be the first to go down. Reed is still survives. Leo the Cow being taken out by so many other straight ally in the middle of the fight. Mookie in the middle of the fight. And the Noxian execution from Reed, from Young is going to take out all of Clemson.
Blue team double kill.
What another team fight. What an exciting comeback from Young. Going from 1-3 to 6-3 in the mid game. Do not underestimate the Darius in a team fight. Even when they are 1-3. Exhilarating stuff. Oh my goodness. Even the 009 Sejuani, our Reed, still has 150 gold bounty. Young is going to be able to take the tier 2 mid tower as we look to push towards the inhibitors. I will say, the game's not over yet, but no inhibitors down. Aiden looks like he was just standing still. Actually, East All Impact is going to not even be necessary as the Yone is going to be able to take the entire kill. That's a huge shutdown. What has happened? Wow. Oh, okay, acknowledging. That was likely an AFK moment. Both coming in from Darius, able to land W's and Q's, stacking up that lead. Slicing Maelstrom going to come out, but it's going to get stunned right back. And powered by Ramen, it's just going to go down. 19-10 from Emerson Esports. What a turnaround. About 3k gold difference, a little bit under 3k. The mid game is historically something Emerson has not been. I mean, it's not my strong suit, but it looks like Aiden has been popping off, and especially Young. Clemson sort of pushing in wherever they can, but it seems like they can never really make it to the towers. Not at this point anymore. They took some of the early tier 1 towers, but it's hard for them to push out. Bear Nasher coming up. Emerson Esports slowly trickling their way top. Many sweepers coming out from both teams. Aiden Reed looking at that Baron. Emerson Esports slowly chipping away at the Baron. What the fact is going to set down a trap as Clemson looks to dive in. We have the Kennen, we have the Yone. Oh my goodness, slicing Maelstrom and Fate Seal combo coming in. All of Emerson is going to be knocked up and stunned. That is an insane dive coming out from Clemson. Although Young is going to be able to heal up, although is suppressed and is going to be taken down. Mookie unable to land the necessary damage to finish off the last question mark. Young Mookie take down Adori. LR gonna fight with Mookie at melee range. Do either of them have the necessary damage? Mookie. Looking to play around and is able to secure an ace. Oh my goodness. What was a terrible, terrible start to a team fight from Emerson College became a 4 for 5. That Fate Sealed and Slicing Maelstrom combo took almost the entirety of Emerson out, but because Mookie was able to survive with not a scratch, even in a 1v2, he still has the damage to take out the Nautilus and the Cannon, or the Skarner. The Nautilus and the Skarner. Wow. That could have been an incredible comeback from Clemson, but enough damage control on Emerson's part makes that relatively nullified. 24-14. 2K gold lead. That's vision secured. We have Elder Drake spawning in just a minute. Baron is still up. 10, 3, and 7 for Aiden. Landing so much damage onto Caitlyn. Caught out. That Bolo is going to come out from the Sejuani, although it's not necessary, even if it goes wide. Elder Dragon spawning at 40. Emerson College looking at the vision around Baron. It looks like they're either going to set up... Oh, and they're going to just start taking the Baron. There's no vision. Nautilus and Kennen are both in the area. Nautilus looking to see what's going on, and that ward is going to land, and that's going to be able to see that the Baron is almost dead. Aiden and Young just laying into it. The flash over the wall from Alark is too late. That each shot impact is going to be cancelled. So much CC coming through, and the Skarner is just going to fall without being able to do anything in return. Ekdore gets landed with a hook, although that is not going to be anything. Kennen, powered by Ramen, and Caitlyn and Yone are not able to do anything in that fight as Emerson looks to collapse onto the Drake. All heading in that direction now. Clemson grouping up mid. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Let's just wait for directed camera. As Slicing Maelstrom comes in, is able to kill so much of Emerson. Or just one. 4 people against 1 Kennen. Kennen's able to run away. Yone, looking to try and set something up, is able to dive in onto 20. But taking so much damage. Thresh! Oh my goodness. That... I have no words. Chasing Leo the Cow across continents with several ults thrown, is able to finally secure the kill. What a distance. This is going to be 3 from Clemson against 4 from Emerson for the Drake. Although I will say Clemson has their ADC for that damage. Aiden is starting to respawn. Oh, LR diving into a place where he should not have been. Is able to suppress 3 but gets stunned on his own. Slicing Maelstrom coming and stunning all of Emerson. Although the damage is not there with Kennen alone. Young is able to. Oh my goodness! Wait, Aiden landing a giant rocket onto this Kennen, and the Caitlyn just goes down. What? Oh my goodness. The contributions from the ADC in the top in damage could not be more. I have no words. See that string of words? That didn't make sense at all. You know? Emerson College with an 8K gold diff now. What is that? 16 kills ahead. Have made an enormous comeback from that early game deficit. 3 members with Elder Drake and Baron buff and Infernal Soul pushing up mid. Clemson gathering around top and mid, trying to respond to the incoming threat, but those minions just got the Baron buff, and Emerson will not stop pushing. Mookie pushing up mid as well with the Baron buff. Looking for a shorter one. Young sort of holding back Oh my goodness, keeping 3 members at bay. He's going to try to go in on the Skarner with the E. Leo the Cow coming in. Young doing a little bit of poke. Although that fight is going to go. That fight is going to come to a pause. Mookie, great ally, and Jinx are able to take the tower. Pushing up bot here, although it looks like Emerson are going to retreat. Young still in top lane. Still in top lane. Really interesting to see what they're going to do next. Let me just see. I'll check later. Oh, parry caught out mid. Each impact does not connect. Reed diving in onto the Skarner is able to land a little bit. Is able to land a bit of stun. Young is rooted, but takes the Nautilus with him. Oh my god! A disgusting amount of damage from that execution. Another execution onto Caitlyn as he dives under the tower. Sealed Fate coming in onto Jinx, and that's able to take her out. Aiden goes down. Our main source of damage goes down, although Young is in the backline tearing it up. Powered by Ramen is able to stay far away. The Elder Drake is able to secure that along with the execution. Powered by Ramen's cannon has to stay back and heal. Yone coming back into the fray as 4 versus 2. Emerson looks to take the towers. Leo the Cow is left without an ultimate. Nothing is able to come in. Slicing Maelstrom, able to secure stuns onto all members of the enemy team, although with just 2 people against 4, there is no damage. Powered by Ramen goes down, Cannon goes down, Leo the Cow looking to clear the minions away. Death Charge coming into the Young, although that's not going to do much without any damage. Cow sort of giving chase to Leo the Cow. Parry, far away, lands a hook as Mookie comes back. Young is going to go down to the tower, although that's going to be so much damage traded onto Clemson. And Emerson College has to back away, but that is a full inhibitor tower down. Oh, the rocket. Going far. Clemson is able to push Emerson College Hexcores out of their base, but that is an inhib, a tower, and several kills. Don't mind that. Don't mind that. I was just opening Dr. Pepper. Clemson and Emerson at a standstill. We see Emerson sort of gathering around mid. Jinx looking to back. Okay. I don't know what that's about. But, looking to set up for the next Baron, presumably. Spawning in 5 seconds. Drake is spawning back in 2 minutes, actually. Some wards spotted out. That one's not blocked by the controller, although Clemson surely knows that Emerson now is on Baron. Whoa. That's crazy. I can't put a Dr. Pepper onto the table without triggering the mic. Emerson College starting up the Baron, now in full view of Clemson. A rock being thrown, although nothing is going to happen from that rock. LR coming in, looking to start something. Young is able to look him up. Oh, this gets rooted. Slicing Maelstrom coming in. Young and Reed pushing back towards LR. Young is in the back line, diving in into Skarner, able to take so much damage and not... Oh my goodness, Kaylin, what is happening? Clemson is split. Emerson is fighting in the river, but Young and Reed are able to push back and keep Caitlyn at bay. Now the rest of Emerson are going to dive back in. And they're not even going to look for Baron. They're going to look for the Nexus. Emerson College, 40 and 18. I can't count, but I'm pretty sure that's a 22 kill lead. GG's coming in already from Clemson. 11k gold ahead. Oh, the inhibitor. What's going on here? I can't. Oh, I see. The game glitched. But the Nexus falls as Emerson takes the first game of this best of 3 series. Oh my god. That was stress-inducing, to say the very least. With an insane comeback in the mid game across just 3 or 4 team fights from Young's mechanics. That could have gone so bad. But Young, even with shaky early game, never fails us in team fights. Wow. I mean, Noxian Execution. I'm pretty sure that's the name of the ability. I'm just going to check real quick, but what an incredible game. Next game is getting set up, but I mean, again, to look back at it, it was really just those few games in which it really was just those few moments in which Emerson Esports was able to take back control of the game. Just those few team fights where Young really just went all in. Doesn't matter that he's 1-3. Darius, you don't really have a choice to not go all in. But that damage carried the game. And I think what was important was the Caitlyn's positioning in those team fights. She was getting a little bit too close, and Young dived straight in. See a squishy, kill a squishy. Draft law coming in, and we're gonna look at the draft from last game as we wait for the new one. Oh, sorry, let me just pull up the spectator. We should now be spectating the next draft. Clemson now on blue side, Emerson on red. Ooh. I do wonder if there's ever been a pro game in which the losing team decided to select red side. Hey, maybe it's for a reason. Yeah. Waiting on Clemson and Emerson to get ready for their drafts so far, but overall, And it looks like Emerson College are ready to go back into drafting. Akali and Yasuo coming, our bands coming out. This is the exact same thing but reversed sides. Well, well, well. Smolder band coming out once again from Emerson. Darius coming out from Clemson. Okay, that's new. And Emerson is going to ban the Jinx. They're double banning the ADC just in case the Jinx gets picked first by Clemson. The ADC is going to be a valuable pick here to take that away from Aiden. The Darius ban also coming out, leaving the Aatrox open. The Aatrox was left open last game, but banning the Darius means that they are showing something completely new and scared. Volibear coming out from Clemson. They recognize that Volibear is something Emerson is afraid of. They recognize that it is something we have historically struggled against. Can Emerson, and can, more importantly, Young, redeem himself this match against this Volibear? Let's wait to find out. What is Emerson going to pick? The Skarner coming out first, of course, taking that away from Clemson, just as Clemson took that away from Emerson first game. One of Reed's comfort picks this season in Playfly. Always an incredible team fight setup. What is the second pick going to be? Now, they could look to lock in an ADC, and the Ezreal is open, and that looks like so Emerson's hovering. Is it going to be locked in? The Kai'Sa! Kai'Sa coming out from Aiden. That has been something that he's been working diligently at for the past few weeks, and it is what is going to be played in the second game of this series against the undefeated Clemson. Clemson has already dropped their first map of the semester. And the Kai'Sa is coming out from Emerson. The Vayne into Kai'Sa. Well, well, well. In my opinion, that's gonna be interesting to watch. That's all I'll say. What could the third pick from Clemson be? They could look to secure a bot lane. You know, get something to go along with the Vayne just in case Emerson bans out supports that their support player may be comfortable with. And it's going to be the Orianna. This is something that Emerson banned last game. It is something that Clemson feels that Emerson is afraid of. Emerson has the last pick of the first three. We have mid, top, and support open. What are they going to pick? They could counter pick the Orianna right here and now, or they could try to pick against the top. And it's the Galio from Mookie. Last time I saw Galio in the potential last game of the series, it was T1 versus BLG, and Faker's Galio? No, Mookie's Galio is better. Lulu ban from Emerson. I mean, that is respectable, especially with the Vayne. It is going to be more scary with the Vayne this time, so it does make a little bit more sense that they would ban Lulu for this game. What is Clemson going to ban? Again, the support and the support and the top are open, and they're going to take out the Aatrox as well. They are targeting Young with these bans. They know that even though they may have the power to shut down Young in the early game, they cannot do anything to stop him mid-game, so they're going to take away his champions. Last ban coming in from Emerson. What's it going to be? They have the support and they have the jungle open. Who could they target? 6 seconds on the clock here. The Poppy. That's okay. Versatile ban. Covers both teams. Covers both roles. Clemson. Are they going to do a third topside ban? Probably not. Yeah, probably not. What we could potentially see here from Young is something like Cassante. That has been something, a classic pro play pick. A classic pick, generally. A set ban. Yes, this is also something we've toyed with. That is a heavy Young-focused ban. I can't wait to interview Young after this game. Wow. What's it going to be from Emerson? I think they could try and pick top here because, Volibear's already picked. But that could be a flex to jungle. And then Nautilus coming in. Oh, Nautilus, Kaisa, and Galio. What a wonderful, wonderful combo. This is going to be a great Geisa match. Although we are lacking a little bit of damage, and I'm worried that Young does not have many damage characters left in his pocket. Morgana and Vayne. Oh my god. Oh, they're really going for it. Oh, Naomi? Okay, it's not as toxic. But still, Clemson. Very strange, not strange, but interesting pick choices here. As the jungler is their final pick. Who's it gonna be? Who's it gonna be? They have 0 seconds left. The Renekton top. Renekton top. Volibear jungle. That was a fake out from Clemson. They were hoping that they would lock in a pick against Volibear from Emerson's side. And now Young has last pick. What's it gonna be? The Cassante. Okay. I will say a relatively low damage composition coming from Emerson. But that is 4 tanks with plenty of CC. That Clemson is not going to be able to touch Kaisa, especially with her mobility, her invis, her ult shield, her dash. That is going to be a tough wall to bust through. Clemson though has the Orianna ult, has the shockwave, has Renekton dashing through and slicing up their front line, has the Nami wave to catch her, and of course Vayne also has invisibility. That is going to be quite interesting when it comes to team fights. Again, a little bit worried about Kaisa being Emerson's biggest source of damage, nearly only source of damage, but we'll see how it plays out.
You're scared. Good to know.
Now, as the game loads,
We must all make our choices.
Clemson and Emerson, these two are the undefeated people of our group. At the end of, no matter, even if we lose this one,
What did I do?
at the end of the day, one of us will lose the match. Today, a Titan will fall.
What's the worst that
We'll
could
see you in the
happen?
game. I should have mentioned, it's going to be about 3 minutes until we are able to see the game. Oh, and I should mention, it is now confirmed. It looks like Powered by Ramen, their top laner, has taken the Renekton. Volibear jungle for El Arc. And Orianna support for Leo the Cow. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That was an interesting psyop, I gotta say, but we powered through it. Always have discipline. Alright. We're loading back into the game. Oh, interesting. EC Schizastic has mid diff as his lower third. 1000 Pierced Bear, Pool Party Oriana, Project Vayne. They all pose a serious threat to Emerson College's team fighting. Now, Clemson, on blue side, does have more damage. They are just going to have more damage in team fights. Renekton has more damage than Cassante, Volibear more than Skarner, Oriana more than Galio. Vayne and Kai'Sa evenly matched. Nami and Nautilus basically the same. But it is that damage I'm going to be worried about, although the tankiness of Emerson along with the CC should be able to stand up to that as long as the Kai'Sa, as long as Aiden is allowed to live. Although I'm sure that they're not going to allow that. Clemson is going to focus Aiden. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Just gonna... Let's see what's going on here. Why are we at 0%, you know? Oh, there we go. Loading into the second game of the series. We are at match point for Emerson College. What's it gonna be? All members of Emerson College are heading down. They're all heading down. What's this?
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
What's this? It looks like Clemson are going to go for a top side invade with Wayne placing down a ward and
30
bot,
seconds until minions spawn.
and they're just going to be placing down a ward. That ward is going to get cleared. Emerson backing up instead. Now they must know something's afoot, because in their top lane right now is a Renekton looking to proxy. Nope, just placing ward. I was worried for a second. I was worried we were getting some dirty tricks here.
Minions have
But with
spawned.
Cassante backing, that should be stopped. At a standstill right now, Emerson College, with our record, we should be looking to have a good late game. Tanks, of course, scale. The difference is that this time Leo is ranged and Mookie is not. How is this poke going to play out? The first bit of damage comes out from Leo. Powered by Ramen taking a little bit of damage from Issa the Young, although is able to heal all that back up with a single sweep of his Q. Young getting damage done. Getting damage done. Misses third Q. What is Powered by Ramen going to do with it? Just auto. They're just autoing each other. No worries. The other cow taking a good amount of damage to Mookie, who has now Shield of Durant to block a lot of that AP damage. Poke coming out from McLaurin. As Straight Ally looks to Fuel, Powered by Ramen looks to dive in. And in the bot lane, another engage has gone missing, unnoticed before our eyes because this directed camera decided to focus on top lane. EC pushing in on top. Clemson pushing in on top. I can't. EC is pushing in on bot. Clemson's pushing in on top. Powered by Ramen, a little bit less health than Young at this point, although surely more healing. Is able to get level 3 first, although Young must not be far behind. Young hits level 3. And the Q3 onto the wave. At a standstill here in bot, Clemson and Emerson looking for some sort of freeze. Now, Leo, able to land so much pork onto Galio, although it's seemingly just nowhere near what was done last match to himself. Mookie is just tankier, but is still now at half health against Leo the Cow. Level 4. Trying to get as many minions as possible, still maintaining the same CS. CS diff on top, though, is a little bit wider as the waves come to push in and freeze here. Young taking a little step back. As Powered by Ramen is a level above him. Q goes wide. Ramen is not going to want to take this tower dive. Lark traveling up mid in clear sight of Mookie, looking for that scuttle. Oh, I should be, I should be focusing on our own players. That's probably what I should be doing. Kaisa looking to sort of stall the minion wave around this area. It will freeze, likely. Fatch and Nami sort of just hanging around. They know that Nautilus is in that bush ready to hook them as soon as they make one mistake. Looking for a Q dash in now to sort of scare Perry away, which, I mean, to his credit, is successful. Hitting level 4. Mookie staying in mid. Top lane, getting into a little bit of a tussle here. Powered by Ramen, taking a lot of poke from Young. Missing 2 abilities. Ramen's not able to heal it back up quite yet, though. Dashes back and forth, although the shield is able to block a good amount of damage. Heals back up. Young is unable to secure that much more damage, but the poke coming out, that does favor Young now, who has more health than Powered by Ramen. Volibear on blue side, ready to lash back, although it looks like Reed is heading into red side, so if this does come to junglers, Powered by Ramen has the slight edge, although he is just going to stay in recall in this bush. Leo the Cow staying in mid. Galio setting up vision for a potential Drake, as we do now have the Ocean Drake spawned. 25 seconds on the Void Grubs. Oop. What's going on here? Ramen is not backing. Hits level 6 first, in fact. Although Young, again, not far behind. Hits level 6 now. 2 dashes away, landing just a little bit of poke to try and even the lane out. I gotta respect the mechanics on that. Galio coming in, landing CC onto Leo the Cow's Oriana, and is able to trade half his health. Gone. Jungler's coming in. Mookie's able to land the. Mookie's able to make it past the bush threshold first. Parry straight out is also coming in. As the Volibear pretends to fake back. Oh my goodness. Lands a good amount of damage. But is unable to make anything of it, as Oriana's too far away and too busy dealing with her own demons, i.e. the minions. And this first Ocean Drake is just going to fall and go straight to Emerson College. Right now, small gold lead of about 4 or 5k on behalf of Emerson. No kills yet at 7 minutes. Both teams are intent on playing this slow and scaling up. Reed coming in for a dive. Ishtal impact, not going to connect. Although it lands between the Nami. Able to land a hook on Nami, rooted, and the first blood goes over to Reed for Emerson College. Powered by Ramen takes another kill in the top lane, though, and that evens it out almost immediately. Wow. One advantage nullified by the other. Young should be respawning soon. We traversing their way throughout the jungle. Void Elark closer to Grubs though. Elark looks like he's just going for the rest of it. No Grubs have been taken yet. Ishtal impact cancelled halfway through. Elark, what are you gonna do? Shield coming in. Renekton coming in. Cassante too far away to react. Although it looks like they're not interested in chasing too far because Isimuki is on the way. 1 Grub secured for Emerson. That is 2 Grubs secured for Emerson. As Clemson are just going to back away from the 3v1, 3v2, and now it's a 4v2 as Nautilus arrives. Kaisa is stuck in the bottom lane, but that's no matter because Nami and Bane are pushing up. left to own devices here. Nautilus coming back slowly. Could set up a good gank, but is the spot out the rest of Clemson instead on a ward. Kaisa looking to match an angle, also looking to set up a freeze. Just a lot of CCing. Hello? What's going on top? Powered by Roman taking a lot of damage from Young and Reed. Hides in the bush to try and secure some health, but is unable to escape the claws of Young. Okay, we are going to go to what's the word? Directed kill. There we go. Skiztastic taken down. L-Arc leading the charge on the tower dive. Straight ally taking a bunch of poke, but is not going to prevail today, unless damage coming in onto straight ally, and that's going to take him out. Blue team claiming the feat of warfare, 3-2, with a 1k gold difference. Leo the cow landing a good amount of chunk onto Mookie, although the cow is a little bit low. Shockwave coming out onto herself, able to secure the Galio, not doing much. Ooh, Young pushing Redacton towards the wall. L-Arc and Leo the cow coming in. Ishtal impact lands wide. L-Arc shields himself. Reed is able to escape. Although Nautilus hook coming in and lands on L-Arc. Reed. Oh, Galio ult also coming in, but it's gonna land too late. As L-Arc and Leo the cow are both able to escape. Lots of resources wasted on that fight. Let's see what that leads to. Young, unable to get the recall. Game is sort of stagnating as both teams want it. Pushing in bot is able to land a stun onto the Renekton. Both skill shots connect. Renekton taking so much damage. Transforms into ult. Young is not going to use ult just yet to counter it up. He's going to wait to drag Renekton to a wall. Lands another Q. Renekton still giving chase. EC Mookie landing all the CC onto Leo the Cow. He wants this. He trades for another one. Young uses so many abilities and now finally pulls out his ult as soon as he has build power on near a wall. Just unable to oh come on. Oh come on. That's harassment. Oh my goodness, Mookie. Mookie coming in, diving in onto the rest of Clemson esports. Shockwave coming in, hits two of them, although the suppression from the claw's not going to do much. L-Arc diving back out to suppressed and driving into the middle of Emerson esports team. L-Arc is going to heal us so much and shield so much, but ultimately go down at the hands of Kaisen. Same damage. Skiztastic is still alive. The Vayne is still alive. Straight ally in the back lines, and Emerson College is going to walk away from that with 2 kills. Oh my goodness. Skiztastic and Reed are about to start the fight. Oh my goodness, Vayne going in onto Perry is gonna be able to land a kill, although Ishtal impact. Is she getting away? Each stall impact hit her against the wall, and now she's stuck on just nearly 10 health. Okay, go back. But she's able to do it. She escapes. Young dragging Renekton to the corner. No ult yet, but it looks like he's going to be able to chunk Renekton down just by so much. Ooh. Does Young have a backup plan? As the Galio comes in, death is Mookie. And he's able to kill the Renekton. Reed coming in. Oh, the healing is just too much from Victoria, though. And Reed is not going to be able to secure the solo kill. What just more trades coming in from Clemson and Emerson. Just over a 1k gold lead. Mookie coming back mid. And nothing's going to come of that. 5 and 5. And that's probably how it is going to be in 30 seconds, which is 15 minutes. Powered by Ramen, making his way back towards the top lane. Now, what would be the button to get back to directed camera? I don't know. Game coming to a standstill. We have more grubs, I believe. Grubs is what we're fighting over. Otacon ready to spawn top, just like before. With the Fachinic Dore squaring off against Mookie under this tower. Okay. Emerson College looking to take grubs. They're going to secure one. Enough for spawning. Bully Bear just going to be in the corner, taking blue, taking grub. What is happening? Can barely see anything. Ooh. Young is going to go wide on the W, but is able to land all of his Qs and able to get out of there. Oh, Reed stunning OR, unable to go for the Rip Child now without a smite. And Skiztastic is just gonna take you out. Well, everybody's 213, 213, 101, 113, 204. That's a lot of numbers. Haunted under tower. It's not good. So much damage being done. Ooh. Clemson and Emerson evenly matched. Although Clemson, I will say, they are building up that gold XP by quite a margin, nearly 2k gold difference here. Sort of stagnating here. There's not much to do for either team except farm, take towers. Kimtech spawning in 126, so I expect that is when the next big fight will be. Although Young looking for a skirmish on a Powered by Ramen, that's not gonna land. Pushing even forward. Reed gonna come in for the E-style impact, although Young's just gonna drive Powered by Ramen away from that. Oh my goodness. Young and Reed fighting it out for this guy who must not be worth that much anymore, and Young is able to secure that kill. Mid lane coming into some tense fire, although no physical rounds will be traded. Just a few hand wrenches or slaps. Leo, Mookie, Reed. Oh my goodness. Map presence has been off the chart this game. LR looking to dive in on a straight ally, but Aiden just won't allow that. Meanwhile, Leo the Cow getting caught out by Mookie and Reed, getting hit with so much slow, so much CC, is able to escape. Now, okay, Galio coming in. Remember the teleport from Emerson coming in as well. Bully Bear ult coming in, diving down onto the rest of the team. They heal and shield so much, although they seem to be focused on one person. They seem to be focused on the Vayne. Onto the Nami. Kaisa diving into the back line, although Cassandra is going to be the one to secure that kill. Both next members of Clemson are going to follow. Powered by Ramen and Leo the Cow have to retreat, but the East All Impact lands onto Powered by Ramen. The Renekton is able to escape the Galio, but it's stuns the Kaisa, but it's not going to be able to get away from the rest of the CC, and it's going to fall to the damage of Emerson Esports. Galio Q to secure a pause. Oh, okay, looks like we are on a technical pause as Leo the Cow's headset has stopped working. We're going to try and secure that. Okay. Well, while we're still here, apologies if there was some silence. I have had a long day. There was a Pokemon Go event in Boston earlier. Did y'all know about that? Crazy. Oh my god. This support item is really crazy. Uh-oh. What's this? Okay. Okay. Interesting. Alright. It was probably just the adjustment period for the pause. Ruinous Otacon this time. That is interesting. I kind of thought there would be Ruinous last time, but I could have sworn there were more kills last time is what I was saying. I mean, 40 kills by the time they ended, which was, I believe, a little bit less than 30 minutes. Or a little bit less than, a little bit over 30 minutes. We have the Nami and Vayne setting up Hexcores and What the Thatch looking to get a little bit of poke onto Young, driving him away. The rest of Emerson look to be pushing out lanes. Galio coming up into the jungle. As the rest of Clemson look to make their way top and push into this tower. EC Perry, straight ally, keeping the Nami at bay. Two tanks versus ADC in support. Ooh, LR coming in. A little skirmish. Here as Ishtal Impact is going to land just barely onto the Otacon wall. Young and Reed looking to dive in, although Young, Reed, and Perry, I don't think that's enough damage for you guys. Skarner, Cassante, maybe a little bit. Perry on the Nautilus really does not have much. Hexcores, What the Fat, coming in. LR coming in, is not stunned. Hexcores is in the middle of the action, but is still not dead. Powered by Ramen coming in and taking out Perry in the backline. Reed and Young are going to take so much damage, but they're not going to do anything in the end. As it is just an outnumber. And it looks like Clemson are going to run away with it, and the Otacon, as the rest of Emerson College are not going to be able to do anything. Kaisa is pushing out. Oh my goodness, the Red Herald spawning in the base, but Kaisa's not going to be able to take away their mid lane either. Renekton coming on to defend it. Ruinous Otacon going towards Clemson. Can they take this mid tower? The answer is unclear. It looks like it. Yes. That's going to be Ruinous Otacon over to Clemson. A powerful, powerful advantage. Giving both EXP and damage in the form of blood petals and 25% bonus. That is going to serve them extremely well if they happen to secure an epic monster in the future. However, all three Drakes so far have gone towards the side of Emerson, and it doesn't seem to be changing like from last game, Almost all of the epic monsters went to Emerson. Five rift void grubs. Young and Reed pushing out the top side. Nautilus and Kaisa in middle, and Galio in bottom. What is this game going to look like? Emerson College leads in kills. Clemson leads in actual gold. Although certainly with the void buffs and dragon buffs, that should try to even it out. Okay, Clemson coming in, setting up for the Clemtech Drake in 1 minute. Oh. Vayne caught out in the middle, and the Q is over the wall, is not going to land. Elark running around super fast in the background because Nami speed up, but is unable to do anything. Volibear and Oriana, Leo and Elark coming in from the bottom, powered by Raman and the Young. Back in top lane, once more, skiffling it out. Landing blow after blow after blow, but let's be real, they are both top laners. This is going to last a while, but it looks like the situation in bot lane has diffused, so we can just watch these two go at it. Young giving chase now, powered by Ramen, a little hesitant, healing back up. Oh, and the ult comes out from Young, transforming the form, dashing over, powered by Ramen, but the Ishtal impact is going to land before powered by Ramen can even flashes over before the impale. And that ult is going to go to waste. Parry. Okay. Elark just sort of scaring Emerson for a second there. So much poke going on to Reed. Question is the sound mix good? That's a good question. Is the sound mix good? Let me know in chat. And in about 90 seconds, I might be able to fix it. Now setting up for the Chemtech Drake, already in. 4 members of Clemson in bot. Volibear on top. Mookie and Young pushing out. Kaisa looks like oh my goodness. Many things coming out. Galio ult is going to land and be able to stun just one member, powered by Ramen, as Clemson looks to retreat. But Emerson College keeps diving. Volibear diving in, is able to secure Kellen to Reed. Perry going down as well. The tankiness of the Elark is just going to be able to sustain a team. Galio goes down as well. Young and Aiden have to back up as Soul Point is actually going to go to Clemson as they secure their first dragon. Their first dragon of the series. Wow, that team fight looks like it was going to be such a sweep for Emerson, but Elark's timely ult was able to secure the team at the last second. Silence from the map now. Updated theme song. Really, I mean, that updated theme song is amazing. Yeah. Emerson sort of playing around top lane as the Baron is up. Elark, Leo Cow. That's an interesting combo. Jungler and mid. I feel like for the past couple of minutes we've been seeing them around. Young and Reed in top lane. Perry following suit. That tier 1 tower is still up, although Ishtal Impact is going to come in onto Powered by Ramen, and this Impale as well. 2 ults coming out onto Powered by Ramen as he pops his own, transforming, is able to heal so much. Can he escape and can he get a kill? The answer is, it looks like Emerson College and Clemson are just going to both sort of accept this. Stalemate here, still in ult form. Young dives in as Vayne comes up. Vayne and Nami are both here. What the fetch? Look, and the Nami bubble is going to be landed onto Reed, and the tidal wave as well, although members of Clemson are going to retreat. And that is a stalemate here in top. As Volibear approaches tower to defend that Galio is hard at work clearing out the minions from bot. Another standoff moment resulting in no kills. This is the League of Legends you want to see. Oh, okay, looks like we're going for that ward. Now Emerson College knows where Lark is. What are they going to do with that information? Is it just me or does it freeze for you guys as well? Because it's freezing. Oh, alright. Guess that's what it looks like. Oh, Arc diving in onto Reed with the double impale. Galio coming in and is able to hit 4 members in just the edges. Tidal wave coming out from Nami. Emerson College. Again, the damage is not enough to take out Volibear. The damage from the Clemson is just enough to take out Mookie. Reed now on half health having to retreat. Oh my goodness. The teleport coming in from the Cassante is diving into the backline. But the damage is not enough from Skiztastic as Emerson College can drive the Volibear finally coming out. Clemson looking to sweep up. Skiztastic killed on a tower. Young flashed onto, and that is an ace from Clemson. The tier 2 tower will fall. The tier 3 tower will fall. Clemson looks to take the first inhibitor of Emerson College's past 2 inhibitors. They look to end the game here. And that is the first game that Emerson College has lost this entire semester, this entire academic year. Clemson clutches up in that point, tying up the series 1-1. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, oh my god. Auxiliary. I've said that word too many times. I'll often say a word and then subconsciously be like, that's a really nice word, and I'll just use it for the rest of the day. What an amazing match. What plays from Clemson. That, I think part of it has to do with the draft. I mentioned this before, but there just wasn't enough damage coming out from the side of Emerson College. And it seems like that is what cost them so many of the team fights. Even that Volibear was just never able to be chipped down. That healing, that shielding, especially from the ults, was just too much. I noticed that Arc, the Volibear, always held the ults for the perfect moment and dived in. Using that distance, especially as a gap closer, especially in the last team fight, was a crucial element of that success. And yeah, I mean, what a wonderful match to watch. Yeah. New spectating link. Let's see this draft. Let's see if they've started yet. No, they haven't. I mean, am I happy that we lost a map? No. Am I excited about how insane this series is? Yeah. This is great. This is so funny. Or that's a bad word. I'm gonna get kicked off the team for cheering on the enemy team, but I'm not here to cheer for one team or the other. I'm here to watch some good League of Legends, and I'm here to cast good League of Legends for you. I know that's what you want. Oop, game lobby is full. Let me just game lobby is full. Let me just few technical difficulties here, but Jesus Christ. Wow. I mean, I'm kind of at a loss for words. That was good League of Legends. I think part of that I mean, I said this a lot, but that draft, I love all those characters, but it's just some of them you have to have damage besides the ADC, and even though Clemson was not able to reach Aiden in most of those fights, still just not enough damage was coming up on the side of Emerson, and they were able to push through. Even incredible setups from Emerson. Those Galio ults were always amazing. Those setups ultimately amounted to not much, because Clemson were just able to sort of heal using the various healing various healing factors they had on their team, and just sort of push their way through team fights. And I have to give credit to that Volibear. The usage of the ults, the healing, incredible. Gameplay, often sticking it out in the middle of fights, and just keep going. That is a logo, and we are going to get the MCA'd. But as we wait for the draft to begin, the draft has begun. My mistake. Am I going crazy? Nope, this is live. Gang, my bad. The draft has begun, and that we are now watching Emerson selects Sejuani, 2 Freljordian champions. Going with that Engage again. Volibear from Clemson, most likely. And now we know it's probably going to the jungle. Although it is still a flex pick, there is a chance that the top laner could take it away from them. It's always tricky, that Volibear. Corki, comfort pick coming out from the side of Emerson. That Kaisa wasn't, let me check the... Yeah. Let me just check that. Let me just check that game again. But that Kaisa coming on Emerson's side, the Kog'Maw from Clemson, they are looking for that scaling. They are looking for that damage. With Volibear and Kog'Maw, what a team fight that will be. Now, that Kaisa from Emerson last game, from Aiden last game, was not bad. It's just that it can't be on the Kaisa alone to deal that damage. Lulu and Kog'Maw. Lulu was a second round ban from Emerson, and now it's coming back in Clemson's first round of picks. That Lulu combo, that is going to be a nightmare for Emerson late game. So what can they do to shut it down early? Are they going to pick a support here, or are they going to go for something else? And the Braum, Corki Braum, not a bad lane at all, and that is certainly, again, late game safety. As we have these first 3 picks, though, next are the mid and top, and hopefully we'll get some more damage from them this time around. Orianna ban coming out from Emerson. Not the... I will say Orianna's shockwaves were very well placed in the team fights last game, although I will say it wasn't the most impactful member of the team, although I guess that's already covered with the Volibear. Yone ban coming out from Emerson. Are they afraid of Mookie's Yone? That's possible. Certainly possible. Young doesn't really play Yone. Hui ban from Emerson. They're looking to take down that mid laner. They're looking to make Mookie the win con. Yuumi ban? Yuumi? Oh, they're not serious. That would be disrespectful. But hey, I mean, that Nautilus first game, that sort of... Oh, Renekton coming out from Clemson. That still leaves quite a few top laners at Emerson's disposal. Silas from Emerson. A couple of ults to steal so far from Clemson. Volibear ult, certainly not bad for Silas. Lulu ult can be useful. Kog'Maw, no. I mean, yeah, no. But certainly a great Mookie, one of Mookie's Hall of Fame champions. Ari, that'll do the damage. Talia is Talia coming out. That is a lot of CC. Between the volley stuns that should be happening every second late game and the Lulu CC, that's a lot of crowd control. That's a lot of containment for Clemson with Aatrox as well, taking that away from Young. If I'm correct, if I recall correctly, Young has yet to face an Aatrox in Playfly, mostly because he's just been playing it the whole time. But wow, guys, that last game got me woke up. I'm not sleepy anymore. That's Wukong. Okay. Certainly higher damage team comp from Emerson. A good mix of tankiness. I feel much more secure in this composition. Clemson, though, with that Kog'Maw and Lulu, is gonna pose some trouble. Game ready from Clemson side. Emerson, let's go. Let's close it out. All right. As we wait for Emerson to load in, and as for the actual game to load in, we are going to wait. Oh, sorry,
We
headphones.
must all make our choices.
There's some issues here with the headphones, but
What did I do?
yeah, we'll get that figured out. But as we wait for Emerson College to load into the game, enjoy some tunes. We'll be back in about 3 minutes. Alright, and it looks like we're about to load back into the game. Coconut Mall is gonna have to take a back seat here. Yeah. Let's see. League of Legends loading in. Emerson College, red side. Now that's interesting. So they chose red side. Presumably they wanted last pick. But still never seen a pro team pick that left side or red side. Just saying.
30 seconds until minions spawn.
Oh, Reed spotted out. Volibear placing a ward is spotted out by Aiden on the Corki. Mookie and Corki coming in for a dive. Oh, he's gonna land. The shield is gonna land as well. Is it gonna be enough to finish out? First blood going over to Corki at 1 minute. The Volibear is gonna be taken out. Oh my god. That is gonna snowball. Undeniably, that is going to snowball. Oh, my tab would work. That's gonna be an attack speed buff for Corki. Oh, Mookie diving in, threading the needle, landing so much damage onto Talia. Once again, arranged into a melee, but because of that level 1 tussle just now, Talia's taken more poke than Mookie. Oh, last rock was able to hit. Powered by Ramen, looking for that. But Young is level 2 now. Even though he gets hit by the sweet spot, he is able to go in for a dive as he retreats. The wave is not in a favorable spot for Powered by Ramen. Mookie pushing back. Skiz and Ally. Aiden and Perry are both in bot. Powered by Ramen landing a good amount of junk onto Wukong. Young taking a lot of damage just by nature of his character. But, oh, landing a bit more damage. Level 3 here. What is the direct camera doing? The clone is going to get the sweet spot. Ooh. Leo getting hit by Mookie. Oh, no. Gets knocked back, but no rocks are going to explode on Mookie. Limiting the amount of damage. Powered by Ramen now in less health than Young. This is just a back and forth here. Victoria landing a good amount of poke. Skiz with his hydrogen bombs. Oh, Perry diving in front. Q is gonna land. Nothing comes of that just yet. The wave seems to be pushing in here for Emerson. Oh, okay, direct to camera. Do what you want. Oh, that's gonna go wide. Reed coming in. Doesn't have the benefit of the Skarner wall dives as he usually does. Oh, Mookie coming in. Threads the needle once more. That knockup is not gonna land. And does so much poke onto Talia while taking so little in exchange. That is a Silas Master at work. Young. Pushed back to tower. Looks like Aatrox may be looking for a reset. Nope, it's just gonna stay in lane. Talia decides to stay in lane as well. Worked ground is a tricky mechanic to work with, that, and it seems she has decided to just sort of last hit only try and freeze, even though that's not perfectly set up for a freeze. Just sort of a slow push. L-Arc landing an early E onto nothing. Powered by Ramen, playing around the bushes. Young is considerably lower. Bot lane, sort of trading waves. A slow beginning, to be sure. For sure. Ooh, sweet spot. Lands onto Young with a third QE. Nope, there's just QE. Powered by Ramen, looking for another one. Young. Oh, and the flash auto! That's gonna be one more kill. One kill over to Clemson Orange. Very slow-paced game. Again, only 2 kills now, and it's 6 minutes. Which, I mean, I don't know. Is this an LCS game? What am I watching here? Lots of poke coming from Kog'Maw. Young diving in is able to dodge the chains. 2 ults coming out. Powered by Ramen taking a good amount of poke. No ult coming out from the Aatrox wings, but that is going to put Powered by Ramen in a very tough position. Dragon fight starting. Emerson College looking to secure that first Hextech dragon. And Reed is able to secure it. Although that means Grubs are going to go over to blue team. L-Arc taking all 3. Oh my goodness. Powered by Ramen. And L-Arc coming in. Skiztastic taking a little bit of damage, but the main fight is in top where Young flashes over to kill Powered by Ramen. Can he stick it out against L-Arc's Volibear though? That is the question. Looks to kite back. Wait out the W cooldown. But can he make it as L-Arc dives on top? Oh! And is able to secure the feat of warfare with last minute autos. That is why you build Grievous Wounds early. Not for the Aatrox, but for the Volibear. Straight ally taking some poke. No kills are going to be found by Mookie. Very, very low. But Reed is going to be able to secure the kill onto Leo the Cow. That took a long time. Okay. 1 and 4 on the favor of Emerson College. That is going to be a little bit less than 1k gold in their favor. So many close calls, so many close exchanges. But Emerson College has secured 3 extra kills, secured the feat of warfare. And I mean, what else? Are you allowed to see what I mean, the towers and the drakes, right? You can't see that. L-Arc making his way down bot. It looks like bot lane still has yet to push back. Oh, L-Arc coming in. Straight ally taking a lot of poke, using a defensive ult. Flashes the E from L-Arc. As honestly, that engage was avoided perfectly by the bot lane. Oh, EC Mookie with the Volibear ult is able to just escape. Powered by Ramen and EC the Young still in a standoff. Skiztastic coming out in front of the shield. Very bold, just to land some more hits onto Kog'Maw, who is able to do nothing in return. Mookie taking a lot of poke. Oh, Reed coming down into the bot lane. What's that gonna be? Ekdore walking in and ulting herself to knock up Reed. Skiztastic dives in. Young taking some tower shots. 2 tower shots as Powered by Ramen goes wings out. The knock up from Cyclone trying to stall Powered by Ramen. But how is that going to work out? The Q's coming out. Able to secure a kill onto EC the Young. How's bot lane doing? Just enough damage. Oh, and that is 2 kills over to Clemson. 5 and 4. 2k gold in the lead. What is causing this immense, like, gold difference? What? I mean, the CS diff maybe, but it's really not that much. I mean, 1 kill, 3 void grubs, same amount of I mean, plating maybe. 1 plate. 1 plate. I guess that all adds up to just about 1.7k. What a quick turnaround. This early game is really, really volatile. Dragon has spawned. How are each team going to respond to this? Clemson, their team is sort of split, but oh, it looks like Volibear is going to be backing Reed, pathing their way towards bot. Corki taking very dangerous positioning here. Reed coming in for a gank on bot. What are they going to do? Control word is going to conceal them for now. We've been focused on Braum for the past minute. That's my bad. Directed camera. Oh, 2 control words in the same bush. Volibear and Reed both here. Straight ally. Oh, Corki coming in from the bottom. But Mookie's here as a 4th. That E goes wide, but double ult onto the Volibear is going to make him a huge tank, but it's going to get taken out by the Emerson College. It's extreme damage. Bolo lands onto the Volibear as Lulu sidesteps it. Even the healing is not enough. This is what we were looking for in the last match. This is the damage we were looking to take out Volibear. Powered by Ramen is going to be taken almost to near death by the Cyclones. Emerson College looks to secure bot priority. They look to secure that bottom side of the map as they look towards the dragon. Five and 5. Still 2k gold to a little bit less than 2k to Clemson's side, but that's two dragons for Emerson College, and that's a smite. LR just a little bit late on the smite. Reed able to dash over the wall. Braum taking a lot of damage, but the seismic shove catches both of them. Clemson is going to collapse onto both of them, and that is 1 Drake for 2 kills. Powered by Ramen goes wings out as the Young doesn't seem to have ultimate, but is still able to flash out a Q3, but still not enough. And 1 auto away from death. Powered by Ramen is able to secure that kill on EC the Young. Bottom lane is being besieged. Skiztastic is not enough manpower as Alark stands on standby. 8-5 for Clemson. 4k gold lead. Emerson is going to have to pull off some miracles in the mid game, although they are no stranger to such miracles. The minefield. What a dangerous, dangerous trap by Talia. It hasn't, whenever it's used in a team fight, I feel like it's one of those abilities that sort of goes unnoticed because it's just sort of placed onto the ground. But the animation of it sort of affects the perception of its impact. But that is something that has potential to do so much damage in team fights, especially when paired with a seismic shove like we saw just a few minutes ago. 2 members, Straight Ally and Reed, all knocked up. Corky taking a lot of poke here without Braum. Braum a little bit late to that. What the fetch is Kog'Maw? Going crazy. I mean, look at that dog. Look at that dog. Just going everywhere. Look at that little tail. Shielding so much. Oh my god. Oh my god. Did you see that? That's scary. Mookie taking some poke. Able to use the Kingslayer, although Seismic Shove knocks back, although is able to secure himself in place. Bolo goes wide as Celia flashes over it. Is stunned. Is that going to be the kill? That is, and Mookie is going to be able to survive that with the help of Reed. Lark is not going to be able to do anything, just standing on the sidelines. 8-6. Leo. That mid lane is a constant point of distraction. Nothing is really ever happening in the mid lane in the laning phase. The plays have always been outside. Look at that, Otacon at top once again. Art coming in onto the Rift Herald even with a red scuttle. Mookie left defending bot all by his lonesome. Victorian with the fetch, sieging the tower with their combined DPS. Me looking to start the Rift Herald, although LR comes down with a shield. Straight Ally is there to stun. As did a support, but where's the damage coming in? Leo the Cow coming in with a damage support, powered by Ramen as well. The Young, perhaps it will not be enough damage to carry this entire team fight. Minefield coming down on Straight Ally, taking so much damage. Skiz is also there as well. But is he too late to the party? No, he is not. Leo is going to go down. Lark is going to be stunned. Stunned again, powered by Ramen, knocks 4 players up, but that is too late. He's gonna go down as the entirety of Emerson College is at the Rift Herald and ready to obliterate. They are going to take 3 members of I forgot their name. 3 members down. They're going to take the Rift Herald, and they're gonna trade that for just a bot tower. They're gonna be able to stop the mid tower from dying. Oh, barely. What the Fatch and Ekdore, they're playing as their own separate unit, and while they may be able to secure a lot of advantages, we'll only be able to see later if that's worth it. Right now, Emerson College are 9-8. Still though, 1k gold going in favor of Clemson, and that's going to be a little bit more as soon as this tower is down. This is what the camera has decided will be best for action. Red turret down. That is a 2k gold lead now. Reed taking out. Clemson gathering in the bot lane for the incoming dragon. 12 seconds away on Cloud. This is Cloud Soul. Cloud Soul could benefit any team really. All of these characters could do well with Cloud Soul. Lots of icy stuns coming from the side of Emerson College. Those short stuns to interrupt abilities, as well as the just overall amount of damage. That has been how Emerson College has survived some of the team fights. How they've come on top in some of the team fights this game that they were not able to last time. Ark's Volibear is not as powerful anymore. Okay, it looks like Clemson is going to get started onto the Cloud Drake. Emerson College looks like they're just going to give that up. Where are they going? They're going mid. They're going mid for the Rift Herald. But Clemson's there to back them up. Volibear zoning them out, and the Rift Herald is going to collapse onto the tower, but it's just going to be taken out by Clemson. Now that's interesting. Wasn't a great trade, although Emerson College has now come back and is only 1k gold behind. Gold is very confusing to me. Oh, Bolo goes wide, although what the Thatch and Actori are caught very far off. That's a stun onto the Kog'Maw, even though the Lulu is there to save. LR diving back in. Skiztastic dealing damage from the back lines. Actori and what the Thatch are able to retreat and deal so much damage. Now it's a 4v3 with the Weavers all coming in. LR, Actori, 3 members so low. They're able to flash out 1 for 0 as Emerson College retreats low health. Skiztastic and the Young diving back in with health. Oh my goodness. The stun landing on Talia. The stun landing onto Kog'Maw. Powered by Ramen coming back in. Again, so much of Emerson is low, but Mookie coming back in. Stunning powered by Ramen. These short little stuns have been destroying Clemson. So much of their team depends on healing, and you're only able to heal if you're able to cast. Without the Qs, without the E's, without the Aatrox Qs, without the Volibear E's, without the Lulu shields, you cannot do anything. The stuns take away their ability. They are completely disabled head to toe, and they cannot sustain themselves like they did last game. 8-13. 2k gold lead for Emerson now, as they look to start taking over the game in the mid game. 3 minutes on Baron, 4 minutes on Baron, 3 minutes on Cloud Drake. Oh my goodness. Three gathered mid. Emerson looking at top lane. 2 mid laners down below. Both although only Silas has teleport up. They look to get started on the Otacon. Again, Silas has the teleport advantage here as he looks to teleport behind Clemson. Clemson sort of scrambling as Emerson looks to dive in. Silas coming in from the backline. What the Fetch caught out and is able to be killed even with the Lulu. Oh, the rest of Clemson had to retreat. Otacon coming out into the middle of the river. Hello? Elark. Hector. Powered by Ramen. Sort of hanging around the back line, but is unable to do it. It looks like Otacon will be seeded. Talia pushing up mid, though. Is she going to be able to secure the tower? Oh, powered by Ramen and Talia. Looks like they're both going for it. And it looks like all of Emerson College will back, but that means losing this tier 2 tower. But for a ruinous Otacon, I'd say completely worth it. Braum coming back. Silas coming back mid with the Volibear ult ready as they look to set up for the Drake in 90 seconds. Now let's pull up the stats once again to see that, wow, almost all of Emerson College have gold bounties. 515 on the Corki, 106 on the Silas, 435 on Young's on Wukong, 189 CS for Kog'Maw. That is insane, and yet still not enough for a bounty. Match point for both colleges. Both undefeated today. Within the next, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. One of us will fall. Straight Ally getting caught out by the chains, powered by Ramen, but flashes over. 30 seconds to Drake. Both teams look to start setting up Young, pushing in top. Should have enough time to get a decent amount of damage onto that top tower before having to teleport in. Scuttle is going to go over to Emerson College. There's a ping coming out on Wukong, so they know what's happening top. That top tier 2 is gone already, actually. Drake spawning in. Aatrox looking to chase top, although he knows it may be too late. Oop. Everyone spotted out on Emerson. Oh, the Wukong and the Aatrox are fighting in top lane. Unfortunately, we can't pan to that, otherwise I'd get too sidetracked. The clone is going to distract the Aatrox. Again, teleport is available from Young. Volibear forming the formation that's front line. Seismic shove onto 2 of them. Skiz and Perry are going to take so much damage. Teleport coming out from Aatrox as well. Perry, again, so much damage. 5 people from Clemson are gonna look for Cloud Soul. They're gonna look for Cloud Drake. They're gonna do it right on top of that Scuttle Vision. But now Emerson has just taken too much poke to contest. However, with that tower, that's still 2k gold lead for Emerson. Now, Baron has spawned. We have Clemson gathering here. Once again, with the teleport conserved, Young has free reign to roam bot and teleport in. But now that Talia's teleport is up, that may pose an issue. Aatrox teleport is down, but he's top. Not much poke, actually. Young looking to dive in onto the Talia. Cyclone coming out. Clone is getting knocked back by Seismic Shove. Oh my goodness. Just a fast delete onto Talia. 40-second respawn time. Young is going to look to push through. Young is going to look to teleport behind behind Clemson, actually. Behind Kog'Maw and Lulu. Mookie looking to dive in onto Kog'Maw. And with wings out, is going to be able to survive that? But Powered by Ramen looks to take it. The healing from Kingslayer. Emerson College, Skistastic just does too much damage. Powered by Ramen is still full health, but it's now a 3v1 as he looks to turn onto Corki, who is able to dodge all of his abilities. Flashes away. He's not able to get it. Emerson College aces Clemson Orange. The Hexcores are going to be able to take the Baron 10 kills ahead. 4k gold ahead. They're going to look to push. They're going to look to push hard. If you let the Corki sit behind, he is just going to spray bullets into your face. Can't do anything about it. Taking a huge lead now. Let's take a look at the what is the button for the gold chart? Ignore the interface stuff, guys. Let's just yeah, this is camera control. Let's see. Ooh. It's items X. Interesting. Once again, a scuffle is looking like might break out in bot lane. Reed and Perry chasing L Arc. Leo the Cow backing up for some damage. Young making his way across. Cycling shove two of them back though. Skiz joining in on the fight. Tier 1 tower is finally going to fall. The Drake is up in just a minute 50. Oh. Mookie and Aatrox duking it out. All three abilities miss. Mookie is just out of range. Oh, okay. Oh, they're chasing. Never mind. Wow. But if we look at the gold charts, there's just such an immense difference in gold. Mostly in the top and jungle, actually. If we look at that, it's not even CS diff, it's mostly coming from kills and assists. 11 assists to 3 on jungle, 4 kills to nothing, 6 assists to nothing on top side with an added bonus of 2 kills for Emerson College. So much gold is coming from the sharing of kills. Kill participation is where the gold lies. Oh, Bolo goes wide, although it's still going to be able to create a field. The Lulu stuns them all, but that's still not going to be enough. They have just too much damage. L Arc and Leo the Cow are left defending. Seismic Shove did nothing. Powered by Ramen just gets there in time, but nothing to defend against as Emerson College all retreats. Aiden is pinging Cloud Drake. We know that it's spawning in 30 seconds now. Thank you, Aiden. Emerson College resets and looks to go for Drake with the last remaining few minutes of their Baron seconds of their Baron buff. 21 kills now. 6k gold ahead. Emerson slowly but surely running away with it. That Drake is going to go largely uncontested. We can see Clemson looking to look for it, but they're just not going to get there in time. Red team has slain the Cloud Drake. That is 3 for Emerson College, and now they're on Soul Point. Scuttle going to go over too. Sure, why not? They know to play this slow. They know to play for objectives. Even though they could try to go fast and go for those tier 2 towers, they know that if they do, it is so easy for Clemson to group up once they're backed into that small corner. They are playing the map wide, and they are letting Clemson flail. What a strategy. Clemson, though, trying as hard as they can to match that playstyle, trying to match Emerson at the objectives, looking for setups, but it's just so hard to find any. Still maintaining about even more than a 5k gold lead. 21 to 9 kills. 3 Drake to 2. LR taking a little bit of damage, trying to dive back in. Reed has been spotted out, dives all the way across that giant rock. No one is gonna take damage from that. Everyone just wants to defend their wards, and I respect that. Rudon's Hurricane on the Kog'Maw. Oh, straight out is gonna get hit. LR diving in. Kog'Maw laying in some considerable damage, but still, nothing's gonna come out of that engage. It looks like Clemson's also willing to play this slow. Now, Kog'Maw now at 3 items. That is going to be a big menace. Although Corky, you could say the same for that. Now, Talia with 2. The Seraph's Embrace fully built. Huh. It looks like... Oh. Yeah. Kog'Maw. Late game, that's going to be a menace to Sejuani, to Braum, especially to Wukong. Okay. Emerson College looks to dive in. LR getting a shield. Powered by Ramen, following right behind. The Young sort of staying... Oh, the Young diving in, the clone landing in and everything. So many ultimates being thrown in that one location, but Powered by Ramen is going to go in the back lane, flash it on top of Skizz Tactica, but it now just going to be able to secure the heal. The Young diving into the back lane as well. They're both going for each other's back lanes. The top lane, Mookie is able to heal. Straight ally goes down. Lark was not able to be focused. Mookie is going to dive in, but is not able to secure the kill. And the Clemson runs away with that team fight. 4-4-3 for 2. That advantage is going to come down. Emerson College has the opportunity to steal here with just Reed here. But are they going to be able to do it? It's a very, very slow Baron for Clemson, considering their Kog'Maw's down. But Reed, it looks like, is just going to try and back. As to not playing, not for the risk. It's too risky to give up a kill here. How much gold? It's too risky to give up nearly 700 gold here. That was so well played by Clemson, diving in onto the backline. Ultimately, if we look at their team composition, Volibear and Aatrox are their front line, and Young is kind of our backline. It's kind of our diver, but Sejuani and Braum do not have the damage to stand up to Volibear and Aatrox, even though they both last quite as long. Just as long. Oh. Young was able to dive into the back line and demolish their damage, but even with a draft full of damage, Clemson just has more damage in their draft. They have more sustain. Emerson College is not going to be able to live for long unless they build a ton of anti-heal. As long as Aatrox is not autoing Sejuani, no lifesteal will be applied, or no grievous wounds will be applied. This game might just require Aiden to build his own grievous wounds. Still 10 kills ahead, but now only 2k gold ahead. Both colleges are at Soul Point. Let's go to... Hold up. Why are we on Aatrox? Let's go to directed camera. Oh, Weaver's Wall separating so many people. Leo the Cal is able to flash out with a little ult. Mookie is going to go down. Perry is going to go down. Reed is going to go down. Emerson College does not have the damage. Skiz is left alone. Can he make it out of there? Powered by Ramen still has the move speed from his ult. The wings are still up and he's just going to fly and take another kill. Although Kog'Maw secures it. The Baron buff pushes them forward. Clemson look to take the game back. Tier 2 tower falls. Young is looking to look for a flank, but there's 3 of them. This might just be death for Young. Able to kill the Lulu. Can he survive? Dealing considerable damage to Kog'Maw, but he's just not dealing enough. All the abilities are going down, and Kog'Maw's just able to melt. Oh, right, the stat bar. Guys, I feel like we can't have the stat bar on view all the time. Okay. Here's where we're at. Clemson now has considerable gold. They have considerable bounties on their heads. Still, though, so much KP from Emerson's side just because they have 25 kills. We have Baron spawning in 50. Soul Point for both teams spawning in under 90 seconds. The blue Sentinel spawning in 4 seconds. Oh my god. The Volibear, even though it's 0 and 6, has been exerting so much influence on those team fights. 2 control wards down. That one's gonna get taken out. Emerson, we have Young pushing down bot. Looking to back now. Still has the benefit of TP from both Young and Mookie. But 2 TPs on Clemson also. Sort of skirmishing around mid. But Kog'Maw is at 5 items now. Kog'Maw's at full build now. That's scary. Talia's going to be shut down by the Bolo. The rest of the Clemson is not going to be able to do anything. That's just a free kill. They look to turn around. L-Arc with the big shield. Trying to find an opportunity with the Q. Not going to find one as of yet. Mookie looking to dive in with the Bully Bear ult. L-Arc separated from the rest of the team, but powered by Ramen goes straight in. Mookie looking to dive, but has to go golden to survive. Young diving back in onto the Kog'Maw, but that's going to take so many resources. L-Arc diving back to retrieve those two, but he's going to go down as well. Meanwhile, powered by Ramen gets shut down. Not enough withstanding. Not enough blood to withstand Corki. You can heal off of the blood of others all day, but you are nothing compared to the Red Baron Corki. Something about those iron crosses is disturbing. But Emerson College are going to secure the Baron. They're going to secure a... how much gold is that? I can't count. 2k gold lead once again. Soul point as well over to Emerson College. That is a considerable lead. That is a considerable win condition. Leo, their Talia, is now pushing up mid. Such an incredible back and forth. Oh god, my headphones again. They keep coming out of the left ear only. Emerson College looking to siege into the mid, although a lot of defense is coming up from Clemson. Young once again pushing into bot lane, looking for that tier 2 tower. He's got his eyes set on that far, far away tower. Oh, LR coming in on Reed. 5 members versus 4 in the mid lane. LR looking for some angles. Meanwhile, Young is still just pushing bot. That teleport, still using that teleport as a threat. LR on the outside of the base, trying to look for angles. Not going to hit any. Mookie. Parry's gonna be stunned. Gonna use another defensive ult once again. Mookie looking for another angle, but it looks like Emerson College are gonna have to retreat from this one. The tier 2 tower is gonna go down. But Emerson College's mid-fight is thwarted. Still, overall, I think a positive trade for EC. Hexcores. Bolo lands onto the Talia. Has to go golden to survive. Nothing gonna come out of that. But that is less pushing power for Clemson, as if they had much anyways. Hell yeah, that's your team. Hell yeah, that's your jungler. For any kids in the audience, I'm very sad. I'm very sorry I said that word. But no bounties as of yet. But Kog'Maw is full build. Corki, nearly full build. Just gotta develop the executioner's calling into something. So much damage for both teams. So much sustain from Clemson and so much tankiness from Emerson College. That might just be the difference maker. That is the key difference in these two team comps, and that might be what makes or breaks fights. Reed getting caught out. Seismic shove missing, as well as the chains. Young pushing in top lane with the Baron buff. Looks like Clemson and Orange is going to try to collapse on him, but the clone is able to take his place. Playing really close here. Emerson College sort of rotating around a bunch of the lanes. Seismic shove hits no one. A very, very, very safe skirmish outside of the bases. EC knows their limit. The Hexcores know that they cannot afford to dive tower. That Baron buff is going to amount to tier 2 tower and bot. And a little bit of gold advantage. Now they're at, they were sitting at just over 2k after the Baron and the Soul securing. And now they're at over 3k. Slow, small advantages is how the Hexcores have won parts of this game. They won small solid advantages, although one or two lost fights was able to get Clemson back in the game. And now EC looked to take over slow domination once again. Small skirmishing breakout. No damage done. Oh, 45 minutes into the game. The Oscars are almost over. I've been checking it on my phone this whole time. Alright, who won stuff? Hey, EC Hexcores lying in wait. Looking to push up the... Oh. LR caught out, Reed dives over, but is able to use his ult to escape. Getting a little stun in there. Corky focusing so much damage onto LR. Volibear's gonna go down. Young and Mookie are able to dive the rest of the team with the Cyclones, and so many ults are coming out. Clemson is just completely separated. Corky can't be reached. Mookie can't be reached. Ramen, their Aatrox is not going to be able to do anything. Minute-long death timers, and Emerson College are going to look to push into the base. Reed and Braum look to kill the minions. And that is not going to do much for Mookie, unfortunately. The minions, unfortunately, were stuck behind what it looks like. Hexcores are looking to push into the base. The closest death timer is 30 seconds for Kog'Maw and Lulu. So much tankiness on the side of the Hexcores. If they had the sustain, they would not have been able to sustain from these towers. Hexcores looks to secure the final nexus of this best of 3 series and take home a victory against the undefeated. We lost a map in the process, our first map, but they lost the war. Emerson College stays undefeated in Playfly Open Plus. Oh my god. I don't even remember which OBS setup to go to. Oh god. We stay undefeated. Okay. An incredible series. The closest one yet. We dropped a map. Our first map since in so long. But we won. We may have lost the battle, but we won the war. That's the quote I was looking for. What a match. We remain undefeated. I think the second map just sort of pushed us to group up more and just perfect plays from both teams, honestly, in the second game. It just came down at the very end. If we had the sustain and they had the tankiness, our sustain would not have been able to take those towers down. And so, yeah. Wow, what a wonderful series. I'm going to pull people in for interviews. Actually, I'm just going to go to Hexcores. Hold up. That's not protocol. Let's get Young in first. Oh, let's get Young in for... Oh my god. Wow. Rob is gonna kill us. Yeah, what's up, Young?
Hello.
Okay, so we dropped a map.
Yeah, we did.
I think I brought you in here. I really want to talk about your turnaround on Darius in that first game. What was your mind going into the mid game 1 and 3?
It's when I was down, because I honestly I deeply know laning phase is only part of the game,
Mm-hmm.
and also personally it was my bad that I'm not very familiar with fighting against a cannon, because it's been a while seeing a cannon top. It's more of a team pick. You don't see it in daily ranks. I wasn't really comfortable going against cannon. Plus, it's a counter pick, right?
Yeah.
And it's just when I'm down in lane. I know it's only laning phase is only like the first 10 to 15 minutes of the game, and also I know my Darius. I know my team. I believe in my Darius. I believe in my team. so I know what to do during team fight, and I just chop everybody off.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was a handful of amazing cues positioned wise, and those Noxian executions tearing up the back line. What an incredible turnaround, going from 1-3 to 3-3 within that first fight. But the next few fights, you just continue doing the same exact thing and just dealing that damage. I mean, that's Darius, right? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's getting pretty good with the new runes coming out. They increase Darius ult damage. So,
right.
yeah, I know it's gonna be my time during team fight, so I wasn't really stressed. I was a little depressed by losing lane because all
Yeah.
top laners will feel the same way. But I know my moment's gonna come during team fight, so I wasn't really influenced or affected by the downtime.
Absolutely. I think top lane is one of the more snowbally lanes. It's kind of what is it called? Desert or so, like you lose or you win or you lose by the early game is what a lot of low elo top lane feels like. But I mean, you've proven yourself to be just an incredible fighter and communicator as well, and I think that's sort of what was able to carry you in the team fights, being able to know what to do.
Precisely.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. I want to ask about the Volibear sighting in the first. What they first picked that for the draft for game 2. I mean,
Oh yeah.
what did you think about that? Were you Were you tricked?
No, we were talking about it. I personally had that feeling. It's not gonna be a volley top because you don't really first pick top. But yeah, we talked about it and we figured it out.
I see. Okay, so at some point you figured out it was a Volibear jungle.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. And then you were finally able to last pick the Renekton. I think they were banking on tricking you into thinking it was a volley top.
They were the Renekton. I
Yeah.
picked Cassante.
Yeah. I mean Renekton, Cassante and Renekton. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, how did that second game feel?
That second game, well, it's like we didn't do good on in BP. It's more we picked a very weird comp with like pretty much 4 tanks and one Kai'Sa at the back, which should not work, and they did not work.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, I mean, to me, it was sort of lost in the draft a little bit, just not enough damage overall. The Volibear kept healing and shielding, But, yeah, I think it was just a sort of slow loss. But I think, did that change anything going into Game 3, having lost the first ever game?
no. Obviously, we were the ones playing that game, right? We felt the pressure. We were absolutely affected by the mood of that losing because usually you don't really go to game 3 with everybody online, with everybody's hands and mechanics and thinking online. I'm talking about, and yeah, we definitely felt the pressure and did the pressure a little bit, but if you're gonna have Skiz coming in next, he did a very good pep talk like Captain America in Avengers. So yeah, he brought us back up.
Wow, good prediction. I am gonna have Skiz coming next.
Yeah, and also we're all it's not our first game. We know how to do our thing, how to adjust from a loss. It wasn't that much of a deal.
Yeah, I think it was. I mean, how much influence do you think the pep talk had?
Oh, big. That was big.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, towards the end of the second game, nobody was really chatting, talking in the call. But Reed was like, "All right, kids, it's your Captain American pep talk time." So yeah, everybody was
Yeah.
we got recharged to 100%, so we powered out.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, that sounds great. I mean, I'd love to hear more from Skiz himself, but thank you so much for coming in for this interview.
Thank you.
That was just I just really want to talk about that incredible first game performance, but in addition to the next few games, which were great, but that turnaround was really something. That was special. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, send in Skiz.
Thank you. All right.
All right. Now we're going to talk to team captain, our new ADC. Well, I mean, been our ADC. What up, Skiz?
Woo!
Okay. All right. So I've been told I've been told you were Captain America after the second game.
We had a little motivational speech.
Yeah.
Words were said, and changes were made, and games were won.
Games were won. Yeah. I mean, I really want to ask firstly about the Kaisa pick, because that is something we played a lot last semester, and not so much this semester. What motivated bringing out the Kaisa for game 2?
You know, it was in the shop. It was getting tuned up. It wasn't quite. It was maybe missing like a fuel intake. I think that's the consensus. Was we just generally didn't have enough damage. It wasn't necessarily the case of pick that was the worst thing in the world.
Yeah. I don't think... I mean, I think you were great at the Kaisa. It's just that we can't just have Kaisa alone as... Yeah.
A little bit of a lack of damage around it, but, you know,
Yeah.
it's we didn't quite feel the Corgi was the greatest there. I didn't necessarily agree with that, but I decided to take a bet on myself, and, you know,
Yeah.
it just didn't really work out, so.
Yeah. I mean, laning phase is one thing. It could have gone one way, could have gone the other. I'm sure you would have won it either way. It's just the fact that even though there were some, I think, incredible setups for team fights, especially with Mookie on the Galio, so, like, those team fight setups were amazing. They won those long team fights because the Volibear just could not die, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some times where we got split
Yeah.
off the target, too, and
Yeah.
it just...
Yeah. I think with that comp...
Into-
Yeah. With that comp, you guys sort of... I think, for me personally, I think from my perspective, you guys played that to the best of your ability. It's just you know, not a lot of damage. Not enough. But going into game 3, what was morale like?
I mean, I think morale honestly plateaued in game 2. I think about midway through game 2, we were kind of like shell shocked. We realized that it's kind of just a draft diff.
Yeah.
Going into game 3 though, vibes are back. Honestly, I think motivational speech did some work. I think we were all just ready to win.
Mm-hmm.
We ain't losing a goddamn game. Or goddamn game.
Or goddamn game. Wow, there are kids in the audience. Wow. Hey, whoa.
The children.
Wow, just as you said that, we jumped up to 7 viewers. The parents are in here to shame you. Wow. All those kids that Evan works with? Wow. Yeah. I mean, I think going back to the Corky pick in the third game, one of your comforts. I have no clue how to play Corky. I think that Corky gameplay in the third game was just immaculate. I mean, what's the approach to Corky you have?
I mean, you know, it's not really an approach. It's more of a mentality.
I see.
Yep.
I see.
We got that nice early pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Oh, yeah.
As I'm backing for the nice little attack speed grade, I believe my calm was Daddy's home. And that's how I approach Corky. Yeah.
Can I ask something? Why Red Baron Corky?
You know, it's the only skin I got. So.
Fair enough. Fair
Fair
enough.
Hex tech chest to deliver me the best Corky skin of all time.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of back in a little capacity, but yeah. Thank you so much for the interview. Thank you so much for winning for winning the final game. That was stressful, but I mean, yeah, it was. Either way, the second game, no matter who won, that was some good League of Legends. That was fun to watch, and I'm here for some good League of Legends. So, yeah.
You know, I just gotta add, they banned my Ezreal game 1.
Oh yeah.
No idea what that was about, but you ban my champs, it doesn't matter. I'll pick a new one and beat you.
Exactly. The champ pool is an ocean. And I think the streets call your name. And I think that's a lot of what coaching has been focusing on this season, like adapting to situations. Because I think, if I'm being honest, in the first season, last semester, we kind of ran a lot of very similar comps. You know, Rob always played Sedge. I always played Kaisa. Like, you know.
Yeah,
But
no one banned you on Dynamite.
yeah, I don't think.
Really like
Yeah. Very interesting decisions for them to not ban. But now that we're stepped up, they actually do research here now, like we have been doing. So we've been doing a lot of adapting, and I think we still have yet to lose a game. So we're going in the right direction, right? We will not lose a game from here. This was the Clash of the Titans, and we came out on top. From here on out, we will remain undefeated. You hear that? I'm switching to the camera mode. We will remain undefeated. Thank you so much, Aiden, for the interview today. Say thank you to the rest of the team for me.
Would you like a read?
Oh, I mean, well, oh no, what happened to Andrew and Perry?
Very bad stuff. Homework. Andrew probably
Same.
same.
Okay, well, since Reed's the only one here. Yeah, sure.
Go. Thank you for casting.
Thank
Follow
you.
Esports. Follow Emerson Esports.
Follow Emerson Esports. Follow us.
For funny memes in general that I put after we win.
You're saying this on Twitch. So follow us on Twitch. Follow us on Twitter. The Twitter feed is great. Okay, hi Reed.
Hello.
What's up? All right, so
Great.
game 2.
Game 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
You know, I mean, again, it was just the draft problem, really.
Yeah.
The execution was decent. We had a
Yeah.
really good team fight around Drake. We were able to layer CC.
Mhm.
But Kaisa got split off.
Yeah.
And so we had no damage. Again, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4 tanks into Vayne is just rough to play.
Yes.
So we chalk that game up too.
Absolutely, and I think also into the Aatrox, and I think the Volley Bear was really the crux of a lot of their team fighting, right?
For sure. I mean, won all those extended trades with the game that came through from that anti-Ghost.
Yeah, exactly. And oh my goodness, it's 10 o'clock. And you know, I think going into game 3 or game 2, going into game 2 as well. You picked the Sejuani, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you haven't played the Sejuani in Playfly yet, correct?
No, but it's something that I've been working a lot on with
Right.
coaches recently, trying to just get that up to par.
Yeah.
It felt really good. I think I had like combined score of 9, 5, 20, 45 or something this series on the 2 games.
What a
So it
combined
worked out well for us.
a combined score? What?
It was like 9, 4, 45 was my KDA on site.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean
It
that's
really worked out for us.
it did work out. I mean, you know, what was your mind going into like picking one of Rob's comfort picks from last season? You know, like living up to that.
Yeah, well, again, I think that it's just a really strong pick when you can look for those like individual engages.
Mm-hmm.
We were needing more lockdown, and again, it's just like always a safe pick to go into. It's not going to get super countered, and
Mhm.
we were already thinking about like looking for Braum lane. And I think as we saw in some of those later fights, like Sejuani Braum has so much CC between the passives and
Yeah, and I think it was especially in the third game that those little stuns came in so handy because they sort of stopped the healing, right?
absolutely.
Yeah.
We just windows to burst them down.
Yeah, I mean the difference in the Volley Bear from game 2 and game 3 is like night and day, you know?
For sure.
Yeah. So some of those team fights, I mean, I think the game 3 I noticed the team was playing much more slower. That was a 50-minute game. Was, you know, playing around objectives as a jungler. What was your input into that decision to sort of play slow?
Yeah, I think first off, I think playing slow is kind of our comfort.
Mhm.
Like we work best when we're like in control of the game, and then the other aspect that slew that game down a bit was I think we had a fight around Baron, where we got like desynced and Aiden was left alone on the Corki, and the Aatrox was able to like flash on him and kill him, which like swung a huge gold lead from us.
Mhm.
I think we were up like 6k and it swung in their favor because they were able to get Baron into Drake into all those things. And so that slowed us down, but like again at that point all we're thinking about is alright, what's our next look? What do we play around next?
Yeah.
So that kind of reset the game to a neutral state for us.
Yeah. Would you say the communication, like in-game communication, sort of changed between games 1, 2, and 3?
I think communication is definitely something that we've been working a lot on in practice. Again, like I think it is like always going to be the most important thing in our games. Is just syncing up and making sure that we're like same target, first target, burn them down, and then move on to the second. I don't think it changed. I think we were just more cognizant this whole series about how we were talking columns and that sort of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that thing you mentioned about targeting, I think that was that could especially be noticed in the third game. So many stuns coming out, so many Braum stuns especially being like fulfilled, you know. So yeah, I think that third game coming back from the second, even though even though the execution of the second game's roster or team comp was great, it was ultimately the draft. But going into the third game with a better draft, the execution perfect, and
Again, they
yeah.
played really well. I want to highlight that.
Yeah.
It's just draft. Like, we just got gapped a little bit
Yeah.
in that game 2, and then, game 3 is the nail biter that it was because both teams were really even. It was a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think a lot of it credit has to be given to them for securing so many different forms of gold advantages, because even though at many points we were like 12 kills ahead, but the gold difference was very small, like 1K or 2K. So I mean, it was one of the best, I think probably the best series I've seen us play, and that's what I'm here for. I'm here to watch good League of Legends. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean, look, it is definitely, a little nerve-wracking being in the players. I'm sure for you as well.
Oh yeah.
It feels so satisfying to come out on the other end.
Come out on the other end, yeah.
I'd be feeling different about it if we lost, obviously. But
Oh yeah.
I'm feeling great right now.
Absolutely. Let's see if the match results have been announced. Hell yeah. 4-0 record. I love the from Aiden. Let's look at this this crazy ass announcement. Yeah.
We've got another game on Tuesday, so it's just on to the next one for us.
Yeah. Stay tuned. Come back on Tuesday. I'm not 100% sure if I can be there to cast, but hopefully I will. Also against a pretty good team. Yeah. Yeah, thank you so much, Reed, for coming in for today's interview.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, thank you. Bye. Thank you so much to everyone who stuck around for the interviews. We got some really great insights after, leaving Game 2. We lost our first map today, but we stayed undefeated, and we beat an undefeated team. The Titan has fallen. We are now the king of the hill. And, I mean, yeah, my head hurts. It's been a long day. Yeah. We're streaming again on Tuesday. I shouldn't say that. We're playing again on Tuesday. If we're streaming, I'll be here casting. Follow Emerson Esports on Twitter, on Instagram, at Emerson_esports. Follow us on Twitch. Do it. You're watching the stream. Why aren't you following us already? Subscribe with Prime. Yeah. Thank you so much for watching. Good night.